You know, with everything going on nowadays, I think it's very difficult to take that moment to understand how precious, how amazing this life truly is. Like, do you ever really take a moment to, you know, after putting on your pants, after going into work every single day, and actually take that moment to look around and to understand that everything around you is working in your favor and waiting for you to maximize that? If you understand the power of that, you come from a place of gratitude and understanding that this oxygen that you breathe has already been pre-programmed for you to go out and do what you need to do today. That the resources that you have available for you today is all prepared for you to go and make something of your day. Guys, the moment that you realize that, then you're destined to do great things. You see, because oftentimes, because we have so much going on in our world, and the noise and the media and everything that's been going on and that's been impacting us in a negative way, just turning us in different directions, all of our own problems that we're having, it's tough to come down to understanding what truly matters. And what truly matters is something that we all have in common. We all experience pain. All of us do. That's something we share as humans. That's why we cry. That's why we get inspired, because we feel pain. And we understand that the conquest of that pain will create something a lot more powerful for us on the other end. But we got to get through that pain in order to get to the pleasure. So understanding that there are so many things working in your favor right now. The fact that you got up this morning today is already the universe working in your favor. Something spiritual that is working in your favor, that is rooting for you to go and make the most of the day. So why on earth would you make an excuse? Why on earth would you say, oh, this is not fair, that is not fair? Just look at all the fairness around you. Look at everything that is applauding you for getting to where you are today. Now the question is, what will you do next? Where will you go next? So I'm going to share with you a routine that I usually have every morning and every night. So in addition to writing my goals, which I'm sure most of you at this point have some mechanism of goals and you're goal oriented. If you're watching this, you definitely have been working on yourself and you're definitely already have experienced some success in your life and you're constantly seeking more. Now, so if I could share a little bit about what's worked for me that might serve you in your way, then I would be more than happy to find out more. And I definitely would like for you to comment below and actually share some of your thoughts. Now, what is this routine that sort of helps me acknowledge and understand what it is that is working in my favor, how to maximize those resources that are given to us every single day? Well, in addition to writing my goals, and I write my goals as if I have already achieved them, and I write how I feel upon having achieved those goals. That is very important because I connect the emotion to it. I know how I feel when I experience that goal. So I'll give you an example, and it's a fitness goal. I'll give you an example. So every time I look at my solid six-pack abs, I get hysterically excited. My bulging biceps and my chiseled chest, I get hysterically excited. Think about what that does, right? That gives me a visual of my goal. What do I want to accomplish? How does the goal actually look? It's visual for me. I can feel it. I can sense it. I can touch it. It becomes real to me. And then the emotion, I can connect it to the emotion. So every time I read that goal, I can remember it, right, from a physiological standpoint. So that is key when writing your goals in the morning, whether they're financial or emotional or they're a career goal or any goal, making sure that you connect it with an emotion. Now, after writing my goals, I write 3 things that I'm grateful for. Okay? And I write those things every single day. Sometimes it's the same thing as yesterday that I was grateful for. Sometimes it's something that just kind of dawns on me that in that very moment that I need to acknowledge that's very important for me. So that's one that is very important to me. And I write the gratitude with like hearts on it, right? Again, connecting it with the emotion. And then the last thing I do when I write this down. This usually takes me about 5 to 10 minutes in the morning. So I wake up 5 to 10 minutes earlier just so I can get that accomplished. That last thing that I do is I ask myself some questions. And it's very quiet, it's early in the morning, everybody's asleep. So it's the perfect time for me to really dive in deep and asking myself the question. And what is the question? I ask myself, number one, what is it? How did I become 1% better yesterday? That is one thing that I ask. I reflect on how my day went yesterday and what did I actually do personally as a human being to become just an inch better than I was the day before. And then number two, what I ask myself after is essentially, how is it? I ask myself now, after identifying what is it that I've identified as being 1% better, now I ask myself, today, who do I need to be so that I can become 1% better? Do I need to be reliable? Do I need to be understanding, compassionate? Do I need to be grateful? Do I need to be resourceful? Do I need to be steadfast, quick? Do I need to be efficient, productive, right? What kind of adjectives describe the type of person I need to be? And then, lastly, I ask myself, who do I need to help along the way? And I target one individual person who I feel that I can help today. That for me is about legacy. That for me is about not going at this alone, but actually tagging someone along and bringing them with me in the process. And that's why dozens and dozens of people have, in some way, I can proudly say a lot of my friends that I've been able to actually help along the way. In some way, I've learned so much from them, but there have things that I have been able to become really good at, who I've been able to offer my insights as well, and it has helped them along the way. So those are things that I feel like are tools that will help along the way, because why is it that all life forms, all life forms on this planet grow to the maximum of their potential? This is something that a wise man named Jim Rohn once told me. All life forms exist to the maximum of their potential except human beings. What do I mean by that? Well, think of a tree. How tall will a tree grow? A tree will grow as long as it possibly could. A tree never stops growing, technically, unless it was cut down, right, by external forces. But a tree will continue to grow to its maximum potential for years, and even, depending on the tree, for centuries. Think about any other life form. Think about animals. Think about any other vertebrate or an invertebrate like beings. All of them grow to the maximum of their potential. They do it to survive, and they push themselves beyond what they can. Yet then we have human beings and we make an excuse. We tend to make an excuse and we ask ourselves, oh, well, this isn't fair. This doesn't work for me. We start to create these ideas of things that are working against us. But again, guys, look around you. There is so much working in your favor, waiting for you to maximize your success. So this is my charge to you, to do those things that you know you have available to make yourself great. With that said, this is Vinny Rodriguez. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Make sure to comment, share this with somebody who you think will benefit from hearing this, and I'll talk with you next time.